afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything amazing Propagandacaster. Me, host Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. Off here to a 1 vs 1 on Arnhem Checkpoint. In the north, it is insane DevM fighting for the Oberkommand West Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the 1st Panzer Division West and South, it is Prodigy. Fighting for the Soviet Union, Socialism, Comrade Stalin. Rolling out here with the 7th Mechanized Corps. We're looking at Luftwaffe Ground Forces, Ground Offensive, and Firestorm. With Triple Infantry there versus Prodigy's Airborne Troops, Urban Defense, and Armored Assault. Double Engineer Special Rifle Command start there with the Kugelwagen full to start here for DevM. The Kugelwagen have suddenly become very much more ubiquitous after the patch changes there. Going for the centre, the Sturmpioneers go for the cut-off point there. Engineers rushing for the centre as well. They're quickly taking up position behind the fountain, admiring the water and how it seems to be slightly evaporating at the same time. That's on the engineers moving eastwards. There's Penal Trooper start there for Prodigy, and he goes straight into urban defence tactics. Opening up there for line to tank guns, Fort Barracks or Fort Headquarters, KV2, shock troopers, and booby traps. It is slightly worth noting there some slightly misordered in there. Engineers about to head eastwards there. Got the point here already. We got Sturmpioneers going straight for the western point here. Kugelwagen eastwards. DevM going to lead aggressively here against Prodigy in the early game with the Kugelwagen. Likely, there we go, backed up of Volksgrenadiers. Cutting off at the cutoff point there. Looking to disrupt his permanent opening. Got an M31 on the way there. And that's obviously going to put a bit of a hard lock there on DevM's aggressive Kugelwagen play there. Volks moving up. Engineers being shot at a bit. Peons moving up there with SVT-40 semi-automatic rifle. Engineers are being slowly shot to bits. Engineers taking casualties, and we got those scrums of Sturmpioneers and Engineers. Sturmpioneers have taken one casualty, but still at this range they should overhaul chance as the Engineers, unless RNG really interferes in favour of Prodigy. Volks Kugelwagen can fight against the car point, noting again he's not getting any fuel point from the hand. He's still, thanks to all the strategic points he's managed to secure around the fuel points, getting a notably large amount of fuel there from Prodigy. So it's still working out nicely there for DevM, obviously. Kugelwagen's going to move towards the some fuel point there. He's just tying down forces there. There's obviously going to be a hard limit to that, and we got the scout coming in there. Note the way Prodigy sent it up further ahead. They're probably looking to just, hope to maybe catch the Kugelwagen a bit better. In this case, it's just going straight for the Volksgrenadiers. This course can give them more time to retreat the Kugelwagen, unless he takes a really poor path. And there you go. Quick entry into the M31 there with the Penal Troopers. Center victory point being secured. We got mines down there from DevM, the Schuhmine 42 or Schützenmine. More folks on the way there for DevM. We'll have to see, of course, high hands to the scout car. And there you go. Kugelwagen's going to get away fast. Prodigy here's on the hunt. He knows the Kugelwagen's in the area there. And basically looked here for DevM to maybe get a bit lax. And in this case, punish him quite aggressively forward. Kugelwagen down. It obviously did do something there for DevM, but in this case, he did not anticipate that Prodigy would be so aggressively wanting to put it, into the scrapyard. Moving ahead here, they're going to try and bait Prodigy into the mine here. And does Prodigy take the bait? Looks like he doesn't. Prodigy smelled something, and he was correct. Oh, no! Penal to move away there. He thinks he's safe, and the mine goes off anyways. Petrov, you lazy idiot. You were supposed to walk more into the road. What? Really? Yes. So, yeah. I guess, Prodigy decided to use the old Soviet minesweeper tactic. It backfired on him, and it cost him a scout car anyways, I guess. Full of those engineers going for the car on there. Good counterplay there. DevM's on some ground battle here to Prodigy and the Red Army. Fulls moving up, the engineers slowly bleeding out to the Volksgrenadiers. The K9TKs singing up a raffle dirge there to the engineers as they slowly drop dead before the small garden wall. Penals are sneaking about, more folks on the way there for DevM. Penals was opening up the church. There's SVT-40s laying down a higher F5 there, of course, on the K9TK due to their semi-automatic nature. Penals there being routed as well. Fun fact, the German G33 is in fact based off the SVT-40 semi-automatic rifle after the struggle to get their own semi-automatic rifle designed to get off the ground. Another fun fact, the SVT-40 is actually based off the Soviet fully automatic battle rifle, the ABT-36, but apparently that one was too powerful in terms of like recoil, and so they downgrade to a semi-automatic rifle. Little fun fact there. Folks, they're falling back here. Engineers going to sneak up behind here. The Volksgrenadiers charging ahead there for the army at the Volksgrenadiers. They're going to have to retreat. Good response there by DevM. And we got Shrug out there for DevM. Very likely going to be a mechanized regiment. DevM could pull a fast one on us, but I'm very likely anticipating this is going to be a mechanized regiment here for DevM. Engineers going to go out with flamethrowers, grab the point here. And sounding the scout car there, very good. Very good. Shots fired there, flamethrowers good to go. And there you go, mechanized regiment up for DevM and the 1st Panzer Division. At the same time, we got 2 taking Feaston Point. Got the field promiscuous as well there for DevM. Still a nice sort of say maneuver play there by DevM so far here versus Prodigy. Though Prodigy, I would say, has not been entirely a slouch, but he's very much been forced to react to DevM's movements against DevM just seizing the initiative with both hands and very much refusing to let go. Securing the far western point with the Sturm Pioneers, mechanized regiment almost done. Better skirmishing here. Engineers there will be forced away by the Volksgunners. They might take a few more Germans with them before the retreat, or in this case decide not to. Shock troops out here for Prodigy, the Sturmovicks as they're also known. They're basically assault engineers that are equipped with body armour and, well, loads of grenades and some submachine guns. The PPSH-41 obviously. And well, of course, the game sort of shows the one with the drum magazine here very much commonly. They're much more common shortly after the one with the stick magazine, since while the drum magazine opted out the advantage of just being able to support the high rate of fire of the PPSH-41 much better, it was also very much flawed for different reasons, including mostly because they had to produce so many production quality just went down, and they sort of struggled to have enough proper submachine gun, magazines ready. Plus, also some issues with the springs, probably also due to the whole production quality mess. So they switched over to the stick magazine, which still had some of the same issues. Like, for example, magazines were not fit to the gun, but less numbers of that sort of higher tolerance as well. I would say production issues, if you will. Little fun fact there. Folks, they're laying down sandbags here. We got shock troops moving in here, cutting off by way of the retreat path there. Good maneuver by Prodigy. Some players will just go in a straight line, but the tail move can be trying to move in a way you can sort of hit them on the retreat. And there we go. Good grenade as well. They're almost getting a full wipe there. Good play there by Prodigy. Very solid play there. In this case, ends up retreating. Probably worried about more units on the retreat. And there we go. Mines, in fact, on the retreat path there. 2 thumbs up to DevM. They're really sneaky bastards, these two. Experienced players. Oh, they dodged the mine again. They clearly have gotten a 6th sense there, but Prodigy's aptitude for running them into mines, they just naturally avoid them, it would seem. Anti-tank routing away the penal troopers. Engineers closing up by the Sturm Pioneers. Looks almost done there for DevM. Obviously going here for the anti-tank rifles because he's very much anticipating he's going for these. Brought up the anti-tank gun there as an additional countermeasure, though of course he will need a bit more infantry. Maybe another shock trooper squad here to give DevM a bit more of a hard time. We'll have to see how DevM decides to counter this. There you go. This time though, the engineers not quite as keen on staying alive as the penal troopers do hit the mine. Arnhem under flushing out the penal troopers there. There's some nice pyrotechnics. And they're going to take a finally there with fragmentation rounds, which I think reasonably common. And particularly in the Soviet army, they had a lot of different caliber fragmentation rounds for the weapons, but even the Germans used them to some degree in like their earlier weapons. Little fun fact there. Still no dog from down. At this point, I mean, I can expect Luftwaffe ground forces or maybe ground offensive, but so far there's no sign of that. So hard to say what DevM is planning versus Prodigy. Going in for the shock with the looks, their body armor obviously less effective against a 2 cm autocannon, as it makes very short work of them. Got the M42 tank going up there to engage the looks line to tank in there with his full from the gun. But in this case, the DevM stays safely clear of that. Good play. Fast take up there by Prodigy, well, relatively fast though again. DevM's fuel harassment strategy is very much ensured that Prodigy isn't quite able to rush out a T-70 as fast as he'd like to. So again, DevM here really playing the Oberkommandist in sort of an aggressive manner, looking to basically sort of counteract the sort of Oberkommandist having that sort of, so to say, slight power drop they sort of get after the first few minutes by again ensuring he has the resource lead. So good handling there of the Oberkommandist by DevM here versus Prodigy. Sturm Pioneers with minesweepers, looking for stuff, ground the center victory point. Engineers coming up, plus the anti-tank penal troopers there. Autocannon tearing into them with righteous glee. The autocannons just shredding tables, chairs, and most importantly, Soviet infantry. Another truck out there for DevM. Likely a battlegroup headquarters at this point, though without spec ops, I'm getting just the ability to stall in there. I mean, it does slightly delay his stuff, but I imagine DevM is just prioritising having easy access to healing over slightly faster tanks, in particular when DevM already has this fuel advantage over Prodigy. He's obviously feeling a lot more confident in going for the battlegroup headquarters, and it's certainly, I would say, a reasonably sensible approach there from DevM. Troops back here for reinforcement, healing soon to happen as well. Looks also being pulled back. They're heavily damaged. DevM was barely able to save it there, pushed it a bit too far. Note here that Prodigy is not actually laying down mines when the territory is demanding to gain. He definitely think a bit of an oversight there by Prodigy, and he could easily benefit from some mines here and there, since obviously DevM has been benefiting nicely from mines against Prodigy. MD-34, they're being moved forwards here by DevM and the 1st Panzer Division. MD-34 in pursuit, focus moving up. No Sturmgewehr. Oh, he's got one upgrade there, but obviously more Sturmgewehrs would be great here for DevM. And we got a Fort headquarters over for Prodigy. A very bold move considering everything. I mean, obviously it's going to make it much harder for DevM to gain control of the center. It's going to require a lot more firepower. And in theory, it might even be used as bait there. So I hope that DevM just grinds itself down against the center of the map. But it is nonetheless kind of risky, since it obviously is a bunch of fuel there being derailed away from T7, T-Section 6s, or whatever to help deal with armor that DevM might chuck against him. But again, it does make it much harder for them to fight around T, and again, there's a possibility that DevM might just, you know, lose himself over it and just see it as a chance to take down no matter what, losing sight of the rest of the map there. So it's effectively also decoy bait, but, you know, very effective decoy bait, because again, it can actually support Prodigy quite nicely as well. But there's certainly a sense it might just also be bait. Anti-tank on here, engaging the looks, but at the same time, anti-tank on his own without any infantry support is very much vulnerable to the looks, and DevM is more than happy to demonstrate this to Prodigy and the 7th Mechanized Corps. DevM continues again. Now he is pouring more effort into the center again. It might just be happening. He is getting baited into an engagement here. Maybe not. Hard to say here so far. Second anti-tank out here. Switching over to the fragmentation rounds. There you go, medics ready and all that. Still no sign of a doctor if I'm doing. I mean, the longer this goes on, I mean, ground offensive is starting to look more like the logical choice, simply because, I mean, it's going to be the one with the big tank, whereas the others sort of looking less, though at the same time, with the way that Prodigy's playing here, Firestorm would actually be a really good choice in sending munitions, which have been upgraded, plus the Stuka rocket barrage thing they call in. Could be very effective in dislodging Prodigy here from the center and denying him cover overall. So I think that could be a very good pick there for DevM, to be honest. Oh, I mean, fancy makers are pretty good. Oh, not necessary. Again, we'll have to see here what DevM does. I mean, it's an interesting move here that Prodigy's made, and it could be it's slightly leaving DevM unsure as to what Prodigy's plan is. Mines up here, good work. This time, though, it will be disrupted by the shock troopers. Also worth noting, DevM's now brought up a second MD-34 to contain Prodigy's infantry. I mean, considering he doesn't have that much infantry, can't help but feel 2 MD-34s right now might not be a bit overkill. But then again, if he's using the support's attacks properly, it's not necessarily a bad choice. But I mean, it does put a bit of requirement there to DevM's handling of stuff. And well, this is DevM, so he's likely the one to pull it off. But almost got the MD-34. The shock troopers, good play there by Prodigy. Pills in the center in trouble. Luke taking hits of an M42 anti-tank gun. Charging on the looks, we got Pimmels with a ready to, well, try and stop it. Even if they are low on health, and there go M42 tank landing a great hit there for Prodigy and the 7th Mechanized Corps. Fortunately, they need to retreat. They are in a tight spot. 7 kills on those engineers, by the way. Half expecting 3. No flamethrowers yet. I'm guessing he wants to go for minesweepers to repair stuff once he gets there. And you fit on the calf point. Back here, healing enforcement. Looks in down repairs. We got repair parties also there for DevM. Some time to go before he can begin calling in any armor. But admittedly, he's in that department still probably a bit ahead there, Prodigy, though I don't think. But what is this? Double looks. Alright, DevM here is just going to go in hard here. He wants to try and, I think, finish this now. He wants to take advantage. Whatever little resource advantages he has now to just push more light tanks here at Prodigy and try and destroy him, though, of course, means he has to focus on the rest of the map here. Otherwise, he does end up in a bit of a task. But I mean, if he tries to use the 2 luxes around the center, he's just going to get absolutely destroyed. But if he uses to just cut off Prodigy from all his resources, isolate him around the center, it could work out nicely. So it's a bold strategic move there by DevM. Not one we actually see a lot of. There used to be a period with, like, for example, double light tanks from both the Overclass and the Surge were sort of reasonably common, but it's sort of been tapering off as of late after the patch in particular. But it seems like DevM is very keen on resurrecting this. And again, it's very aggressive and effectively pulled off. It can overwhelm your opponent and it can win you the game, or at least give you a significant edge. Though, of course, as always, if these sort of light vehicle or light tank sort of pushes fairly usually in a bad spot because they do cost a bit to commit to 2 off. More shock troops out here for Prodigy. Looks here with 18 kills, getting repaired. Second looks going out there for DevM and the first Panzer Division. He's moving for the western point here. A lot of action going on. And there goes shock troops with a smoke grenade there in response to the MU-34, hitting the eastern fuel point at the point. Again, nice play there by DevM. He's clearly trying to avoid just getting caught down in pointless grinding around the center. And Prodigy at the same time, of course, looking to slow down DevM's resource income. Of course, with this, Prodigy should be realizing DevM's actually gone for double light tanks, so theoretically, if Prodigy realizes this, he might be able to pull off some moves there on DevM, even though it's going to be tricky here. Since no matter what you're looking at, he's getting hit by 2 looks light tanks, and they can really give Prodigy here a bit of a hard time, particularly since he's really short on snares. And there goes Satchel Charge, destroying the MU-34 there. Nice aggressive move there with Prodigy, punishing DevM for pushing that one too far. We got more looks moving in. There you go. Now Prodigy's anti-tank guns in a tight spot. They're being hosed here by the light tanks here. Shock troops with the focus, more moving in there, but they might not be enough here. Got penals moving up the anti-tank rifle, and that's going to force DevM to pull back the light tanks before they get destroyed. Nice recovery there by Prodigy, though DevM does look like he will be able to recover both. Oh, 9! He lost the looks and he didn't manage to do much. Right here, DevM's double looks push has very much failed. He really didn't get to do that much with it. And while I suppose he did manage to dislodge Prodigy from the center temporarily, I don't think that was quite worth it. I mean, I could be wrong here, but losing that second looks that fast, I feel might prove a bit unhelpful. And there you go, DevM does here at the 16-minute mark commit to Luftwaffe ground forces. A bit of a late choice there of it, and honestly again at this point, ground defense or Force don't think we're in better choices, but I mean, function makers are good, Valiant Assault is good. It was also good before the patch though, just most people never used it. So I mean, it's obviously not all bad here for DevM, but and I feel like you've benefited more from earlier function makers, to be honest, and particularly, you know, again, those 2 looks is then backed up. Our function makers, I think, could have done a lot more damage than they cleared out the anti-tank guns. So that's that. Note though that DevM is behind Prodigy in victory points, 323 versus 442. Schwerer Wehrmacht Schlepper out. Fallschirmjägers the penal troopers. The penal troopers sadly can't break through the Fallschirmjägers' might of arms. Luke setting out there. We'll have to see where it sets up. He's also interested enough to not salvage the Kuhlwagen there for a bit extra fuel, and could also benefit from salvaging the Looks, and there you go. Big push against the Fallschirmjägers. Need to retreat. Looks the rescue there. Veteran to free. There we go. Anti-tank comes to the rescue there as well. Could destroy it. DevM second looks as well, but there you go. Quick save and goes for a long route, which most people never actually use. So thumbs up there to DevM for some good map awareness. Map awareness is also a really good skill to have, though it's one that tends to get discussed less. Brandhunt done a lot of things, enveloping the penalty was there in a hot, sticky fire. MD-34 is going to defend the car point. He's likely going to have to rush something down. They're probably the looks to deal with the shock troopers. Folks are continuing the advance on the eastern side there. Ace anti-tank penalty was there standing about. Share punted quarters almost done. And of course, we can now reinforce the Fallschirmjägers, but of course, upgrade them with the second pair of Fallschirmjäger Gewehrs 42. Though note, while companies too sort of shows them as, you know, being fully equipped, the FT-42 is actually more like used like a squad weapon, like the LMG-42, meaning like be like 1 or 2 members equipped with a Fallschirmjäger Gewehr 42. I mean, it just so happens it was effectively a battle rifle, but it's sort of designed as a light machine gun that could act like a rifle as well if necessary. But again, it was in many ways just a battle rifle. Very good one though. They're expensive to make, obviously, seeing as the Germans made it. Smoke screen off here, very good there. Pretty much helped them protect versus the looks, and of course allows them to buy up more time to bring up the anti-tank and whatnot, forcing away DevM's forces there. Fallschirmjäger makes moving eastwards there. FT-42 is almost done. I imagine he's also going to be upgrading this one soon enough and open up for Panzers. Stun grenade here could be useful as the shock troopers. In the east, the Fallschirmjägers they're routed by the shock troopers. We've got 10 kills on the grenade on the retreat path, in this case a bit too short of foe, to put it mildly. Retreat here on the western side there, as DevM strikes hard at Prodigy and his socialist chums. More Fallschirmjägers out here for DevM. First Panzer Division receiving a load of support there from the second Fallschirmjäger Division. It would seem. There we go, second squad out. So that puts DevM now at 6 infantry squads. That's a lot of infantry, obviously. Again, quite a bunch of it is elite infantry. And most of them, in some degree, effectively have assault weapons like either Sturmgewehr 44 or the FD42, which, again, in-game wise, is basically just a really good assault rifle by this point. Looks like gaining actually 4. Immediately under fire from the M42 anti-tank gun. Still nothing there, pushing for the centre. Church with the fort headquarters is abandoned. But he has no real easy way of just dealing with it. His western port's under threat here, and Prodigy is overlooking slowly stronger and stronger here versus his opponent. Mechanized armor company out. In fact, he could push for a T-34 from 6.9 wants to, though. I think looking at the overall picture, he's likely just stalling for the KV2 right now, so it would be a bit difficult there for DevM to deal with. Oh, what is this? We got air support pulled in. He's actually going for an airborne assault here. I mean, there's no tanks, but obviously it also provides anti-infantry support and allows his fighters to make reinforce the front line. And if they're not being threatened by being murdered too fast, which is obviously the case there. It is sort of a nice side effect, but it's one you rarely get to see if ever. He's being focused down. Look, the chance of getting wiped there on Prodigy's engineers, and there you go, wiped out. Shocked taking advantage of charge in there, but now they're the ones getting focused down here. Didn't quite pan out there for Prodigy. They're fighting around the center continues. Fallschirmjägers holds down the shock troopers. Bomb grenade off. Almost takes out the entire shock trooper squad, but several survived there in part due to the buff, I think, by rally defenses. Though I might be wrong there. And tank they're about to get cleared out here by DevM's forces. Almost got it. Almost got it. One more hit. There we go. Could steal it. Could destroy it. Could salvage it for fuel. Some nasty engagements there back here. Troops reinforcing. Still not great there for DevM's Schwerer Panzerhauptquartier. Mine goes off in the full screen of these. Luke's trying to slow destroy the anti-tank gun. Almost got it. Going for the eastern fuel as well. Lots of bouncing shots there. I think he'd be better off just trying to get some forces to salvage it instead of just grab and run off with it. But that's just me. Back here, the troops reinforcing. Fallschirmjägers there, 10 kills, and we got more shock troopers out for Prodigy. Putting them at a total of 3 shock trooper squads here. That's a lot of shock troopers, and could certainly in a lot of 1-versus-1 engagement if DevM is caught off guard be quite punishing. So that's definitely not something you see an awful lot there. Shock troopers the move there, very close to Veteran T2. Luke's being hauled back for repairs again. Very close to the edge over there for DevM, by the way. Very, very close. Which unlocks the suppressing ability, though, to be honest, most players never use that one. I don't think I've actually seen one use that ever once. Shock troopers there suppressed and now being assaulted. We got the flamethrower team moving in to support the shock troopers. A bit too late, though. Nice use of smoke there by way to cover the retreat of the shock troopers. Looking for the CoH one there. Mine in the way. There we go. Schwerer Panzer headquarters upgrade there for DevM. Finding my most important. There goes stun grenade. Nice. Starting up the structure line. The Sturmpanzers up close to just murder them. Dodging a grenade there as well. Though they do get done suppressed. Still the Sturmpanzers might have a chance to get some extra hits in there, but and then they need to be veteran 15 to really have a better chance of winning in that particular engagement still. Nice uses they have the concussor grenade, which, I mean, in fact, it was a really big buff to the Sturmpanzers. They can now use it at, like, Veterancy 1. That was definitely a very helpful change there. Luke's going in here, 37 kills. The shock troopers are in a bit of a danger zone there and will have to retreat before they risk getting scrubbed off this earth. Enough entertaining there's yet to be crew, but it could happen enough under Prodigy's wily will. And he said he's just calling another anti-tank gun. Apparently forgotten about the anti-tank gun. And there goes shock to the squad, annihilated. 39 kills. I mean, that looks has really just been an absolutely grim reaper here for Prodigy and the 7th Mechanized Corps. That thing is just a murder machine. The sort of stuff that any veterans of this battle just sort of wake up with years after, decades after, just cold sweat and it looks. Oh, Saturday charge goes off. house is about to collapse. MD-34 does mostly survive except for Jürgen and Ludwig, who tragically had their faces blown off alongside most of the bodies. In fact, the only thing they were able to recover were their ears. Shock was going straight for the foot gunners here. Branham Grenade could be slightly helpful, but they will have to retreat due to the overpowering might of the shock troopers. The Kednev out there, they're obviously worried about their Prodigy with armor, though maybe he's not expecting the KB2 because the Kednev will fall short against that. He can go for the Panzer IV, but if he knows what's coming, he really wants either Panthers or Yak Panzers, because Panzer IVs, I think, will fall a bit short versus the KB2 heavy tank. Fallschirmjägers with Luke support here, trying to hold back their Prodigy's advancing heavy damage forces joining in. Shock was there being shredded in negative cover there. Half HV-83 on that Fallschirmjäger squad. More shock troops moving in. Lots of them moving in. In fact, flares popping off, and once more, DevM takes the scenic northern route there to avoid any interception here by Prodigy's anti-tank weapons. 2 thumbs up there to DevM. Oh, Blenkerber. Nope, bun grenade looked like the Blenkerber. To me at least there. Smoke grenade and channel there from Prodigy. Got the anti-tank guns moving up. Might be setting up there for fragmentation. Yep, to try and sort of splat the units out faster than DevM can react. Ooh, those Fallschirmjägers need to retreat soon. Right, could be a wipe there. Oh, he expected him to run there, didn't. He's not paying attention though. Oh, and he lost the Veteran 3 Fallschirmjägers. That was wasteful there for DevM. Those were doing really good for him. He just kind of threw them away there. That was not a good loss there for DevM. I mean, the looks are still operable with 41 kills, and there you go, flanking the anti-tank guns. Good use of incendiary armor pistol guns, grenades off here. Looking to set up those anti-tanks, but they are firing back here with some pretty voluminous fire. There go, troop flanking up behind here, forcing a retreat there from DevM. He might actually be going for a King Tiger as well. I mean, that's a possibility for DevM, like not Panthers or Panzer IVs, but King Tigers. Another Fallschirmjäger squad that wiped out by the shock troopers. And those are really paying off big time there for Prodigy so far. Big time. I mean, really good use of the grenades of Prodigy, and of course just use of the aggressiveness, but he has now lost 2 shock trooper squads, which is obviously also quite expensive, though. Getting rid of 2 Fallschirmjäger squads is still quite helpful there for Prodigy, and there you go, grenade off. Might want to get a concussive grenade off. On this case, retreat, because now he's got rally defenses going on there, so the troops are going to be ready to stop here for DevM's infantry. Luke's joining in there. 43 kills in service of Das Vaterland. Briefly consider the Panzer IV, but again, I think at this point he might just be going for the King Tiger. Ooh, mine goes off there, but only kills 1 anti-tank gun crew member. Infantry setting out. Mine goes off again, killing several penal troopers. We got air recons from the smoke bombs as well for DevM, trying to get an idea there what Prodigy is up to. Infantry making a big swing eastwards. Fuel wise, he's not far off from the King Tiger. Manpower wise, he's got a bit more to go. Prodigy is not far off from the KB2 heavy tank either. Seizing the cut-off point there. The good work there, Prodigy constantly denying DevM more and more of his fuel here late game, though DevM is obviously very keen on returning the favour. And there you go, the KB2 heavy assault tank out for Prodigy and the Red Army, equipped with a 152mm gun. Luke's setting out. Prodigy though is short in infantry, though admittedly so is DevM as well, though at least he's got 3 versus Prodigy's 2. Luke's going aggressively here in the west, 45 kills. Prodigy quick to out entertain to try and engage it. KB2 they're blasting away there at DevM's machine gun crawl Muscata there, but looks like they will escape. They will well, most of them will survive. King Tiger out there for DevM, the Königstiger, the Tiger 2. Or Tiger B. It was effectively seen as like, you know, an upgraded version of the Tiger 1, so it's not really given like, you know, a full designated new number like Panther 4, Panther 5, you know, so on. Which is like the Tiger 2. Little fun fact there. Should add a pin up machine gun, there we go. So King Tiger versus KB2. Quite the duel there. DevM's looks, by the way, has finally gone down here. German Pioneers retreating in the face of hardening resistance there from Prodigy. Engineers hearing the sound of the King Tiger rumbling forwards like an unyielding predator, just end up retreating very fast. What's the trouble with the KB2? King Tiger moving westwards, backed up by the Kedner for his infantry machine guns. Very good there. Anti-tank setting up. I mean, he can hear it's coming, so he obviously knows where he needs to point the anti-tank guns in. Prodigy hardly needs to be Sherlock Holmes here. There you go, shots bouncing off the King Tiger's front line. The M42s, they do not do well. KB2 moving up, little Kedner shoots as well, landing a hit, but that fails to penetrate. Shock was waiting here around the corner, right in front of the King Tiger. There's not really where you want to be appearing. With the totem, there you go. One hit kills one, believes the others in quite a dreadful state. Mom cleared the anti-tank guns there. 1/3 there, down to half size. Now there you go, anti-tank gun crew annihilated. Second one could also go down there. Penetrant hit from the M42. 134 versus 419. Folks, the whole thing obliterated. And they've been caught by the church. There you go. Medics after some casualties as well there, but anti-tank holds up. Wall there, basically blocking some shots from King Tiger. We got 11 kills already there, close fetch into 1. Anti-tank and crew there suffering minor casualties alongside the medics. But ultimately the King Tiger does fall back as DevM realizes he's not making a lot of progress though. Also wants to probably fire from a safer distance. 17 kills. But a bunch of them are medics, so obviously doesn't count for as much. Pums with this using the western fuel point. Bring in the King Tiger to look to punish that. 100 points left for DevM. Pums with the whole thing slaughtered. Those lines of tanks have really paid off dividends here for Prodigy though. Versus DevM. Also worth noting, no use of Valiant Assault, for example. I think, you know, overwhelm Prodigy at times there. Definitely feel like that's also something DevM could be doing. Freshman on the eastern flank here. Prodigy has now moved everything he can to resist the advance of the King Tiger, which DevM is entirely as repairs for. 75 points left here for DevM and the 1st Panzer Division. Good here on the shock troopers, 21 kills, opens up here for Spearhead, which obviously gives us a nice little extra combat boost. But here anti-tank is doing a bunch of damage to the frontal armor, though a bunch of the shot swords are bouncing off. King Tiger in fact almost going down here. T-Fed Fulton on the way, Fulton's flanking in. Seven kills on the KB2. Sneaking up with the King Tiger. Need to be careful there though, DevM. Oh, wiped on the tree by those shock trooper grenades again. Prodigy really knows how to chuck those grenades with shooting infantry actor. That's quite impressive. But now he needs that King Tiger fixed up. And DevM needs more infantry. Badly. 72 versus 413. T-3416 good to go there. DevM calling in the Fallschirmjägers on the far right flank. King Tiger's in repairs. German partners, of course, should be joining in as soon as possible to assist. Landing up north. Machine gun defend the western point. 72 versus 406. King Tiger, they're being receiving repairs as Prodigy here launching the assault in the wake of that, anti-tanking then under servers of DevM. And that machine gun. The incendiary piercing round sadly will have no effect on the KB2. Finding these, the T-Fed 446 further punishing DevM there. King Tiger being forced into the fight here. DevM cannot afford to sit back with it anymore. As Prodigy, of course, is not giving DevM the time he needs to sort of recover properly. Which is obviously what you want to do. Like, you don't want to give your opponent time to just recover and have a nice time. You want them just to be, you know, forced to commit the units in an awkward manner if possible against you. And that's exactly what Prodigy is doing here by just threatening with armor constantly. Forcing him to move out the King Tiger before it's fully repaired, thus leaving more possible there for Prodigy to deal with it. .66 versus 397. KV2 moving out. Shoots and misses. T-Fed forced him 6 on the way there for Prodigy again. DevM can't even go for a Panzer for he wants, so a Yak Panzer. He's just as short on resources, but now they do to Prodigy's very effective late game fuel stranglehold. So thumbs up there to Prodigy on that one. Thumbs up. Picks up the King Tiger there. 23 kills, no spearhead mode. Oh, I can clear it out. 31 versus 397. KB2 taking some hits. We got the King Tiger moving forwards. Sturm Pioneers might want to have minesweepers ready just in case the King Tiger could theoretically run into a mine. Good hit there, and there you go. Heavy damage to the King Tiger from the KB2 and all the anti-tank guns. King Tiger almost taken out there. Need to be careful there, Mr. DevM. 4/6. 26 kills to the half HP2. We got air support called in here on the center. Almost got the all in the anti-tank crew there. Main gun out, and then King Tiger main gun out. This is horrific. Sturm Pioneers getting ready for the anti-tank crew, about to get hosed down and cleared out. There we go. Prodigy's forces are heavily damaged. The problem is right now all of DevM's like strength is hinging on the King Tiger, and the King Tiger can't do anything. Like, its main gun isn't working. And there you go. T-Fed force rushing for it. Shock tools moving from the other side. Machine gun trying to defend the center victory point. It's not enough. King Tiger there, bounces shots, and there you go. DevM realizing that the jig is up, calls for surrender or at least retreat. So there you go. GG, game over. A loss there for DevM, a victory for Prodigy. A nice little fight here on Arnhem Checkpoint with some interesting plays there from both sides. Certainly highlighting just how important it can be to control the fuel. DevM, I feel like made some bold plays, but the end sort of struggles to get them going, in particular losing that second looks after they went for it. I think really put him in a bad spot alongside the, I would say, rather late Doctoral choice. I think had he gone for Luftwaffe ground forces fast and also used Bayonet Assault, I think he would have been in a much better spot there. So there you go, well played by both sides, but then just a bit better played there by Prodigy. So I hope you enjoyed this, hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell a friend, tell a family, but don't tell your enemies. If you like what you can donate and pledge on Patreon as well. Links are in the description. This is Imperial Links. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice episode.